deynontech has released the new facts about the Seraphon the 6th July 2023. I have not idea of other facts, but it seems that they've been released another one because there are some in magenta. Still, I'm going to bring all of them together. So we can go to see about first the commentary, and the first one that we see is when determine how many dice to roll for a Saurus Car veteran on Carnosaur, Mim, and Tia's ability. Do I roll one dice for each wound that has been allocated to that enemy unit during the battle, or one for each wound currently allocated to that unit? And this answer that it's roll one dice for each wound currently allocated to that unit. I think that it's perfectly understandable, but anyway, better to avoid any misunderstanding. Then we have one that it's related about the Jaws abilities for the units, for example, the Saurus Jaws, the Vice-like Jaws, the Mighty Saurus Jaws, that are used so before or after the wounds are allocated for the combat attacks, and so the models slain removed. And say before, this cause the ability of the Jaws is that they make ulterior attacks to models that are of the opponent unit within 1 inch of the model that has such ability. So if the opponent would be able to remove the models before such Jaws attacks, it could be preventing the attacks themselves. So it's perfectly understandable about this. About the Primordial Mire is cast a spell, for example the Shink Oracle on Strogodon, and this asks the unit that were not within 3 inch of the objective or terrain feature picked when the spell was cast, but later moved to be within 3 inch of that objective or terrain feature, are affected by that spell's effects. And it answers no. When the spell is cast, unit within 3 inch of the object or terrain feature that was picked are affected by the spell for its duration. No other unit are affected by the spells. So it's not related about the shank feature itself, but related about the units in the range that is said about the terrain feature. So it's quite a lot different. Not that the affected units are affected for the spell duration, even if they move more than 3 inch away from the objective or terrain feature that was picked. So you have to pay attention about the moment, the time when to cast such spell. Then we move to the errata. The first one is about the Dream Magic. Here the only difference is the added that each time a friend is Seraphon Wizard. It's about this because before it assumed that you could use any wizard. Instead, it's specified about the Seraphon Wizard. So the magic is a spell that has a casting value of 6, is actually cast until the end of the phase. Each time a friendly Seraphon Wizard is picked to cast a spell, instead of attempting to cast that spell, they can attempt to dispel or another spells. If they do so, add 1 to the dispelling roll. In addition, until the end of the phase, subtract 1 from unbinding roll made from enemy units. So it's remain quite good. It's not about such adding. Then we go to see about the other errata available. We can find about the telepathic summon. Here it's an important change because the original version it's about Saurus. So telepathic summon is a spell that has a casting value of 6, a range of 9 inch. It's actually cast pick 1. The original Saurus. This is Seraphon unit, so it's much more powerful about this. That is not a monster and that is visible to the caster. Remove that unit from the battlefield and set it up again wholly within range of the caster and more than an inch from all enemy units. That unit cannot move in the next movement phase. Then have the Lordcook Arcane Vessel and the Slam Master Arcane Vessel, because this is the same. Because before it was every time it casts a spell, now it's only once per phase, so it limits quite a lot the usage of such ability that is still amazing. So about these two, once per phase, when this unit attempts to cast a spell, before making the casting roll, you pick either one friendly skink wizard within 12 inch of this unit or one friendly oracle anywhere on the battlefield. And the last ones are the Corkscrew Postpone that make that add 1 to the attack characteristic of this unit melee weapons until the end of the phase. This is the difference, until the end of the phase, because in the original was missing, so could seem that it was about all the battles, so it's important such addition. And if any model in friendly skink units wholly within 12-inch of the unit has been slain in this phase. Still, it's not so easy to make, but still, it's available. And the last one, it's about the Tarawings, the Nev shredding screeches. This is changed in a single way, and this the addition of at the start of the shooting phase, and before was in the shooting phase. So it makes that you have to select them. I think that it's a little about things that could change, maybe the movement or so on, to change the range. So this is a way to stabilize and really make sure when to apply such effect. So at the start of the shooting phase, you can pick one enemy unit within 12 inch of this unit and roll 2d6. If the roll is higher than that unit bravery characteristic, that enemy unit cannot issue or receive commands until the end of the turn. Still, it can be really quite nice, but it's related about the value of the bravery characteristic of the opponent's units, because you can roll quite low, quite medium, and so on. So everything is little about what is the result. Anyway, it's amazing as effect, but when to apply, or better, if you can apply, it's another situation. So these are the facts about the Seraphon. I think that they are quite good, because many of them are a sort of limitation, but other are a sort of fixing about them. So I completely understand how they are made. Anyway, from Dynamod it's everything. I invite you to put a like on this video, to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell, and to comment this video if you are interested in something about this video or you want to suggest me some arguments for other videos. I hope to see you again. To the next time.